All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. We talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
You're fired. What the fuck are you talking about?
You said what now?
Oh, are you guys in the group chat? Oh, maybe you're not in the group chat.
No, we're not cool enough to get the invite, Mike.
Right? Yeah, we're not.
Yeah, we're not cool enough. See, you see, yo, sis. Matter of fact,
Y'all
before we start the show,
y'all in Just Say the Truth group chat?
no, I'm not worthy enough.
I think I am in Just Say
are in
the
that
Truth
group
chat,
chat.
actually.
Yo,
yeah.
sis, ready here? The funny part.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, before we start the show,
Oh, these.
I just want to give a special shout out to our boy Mike.
Yes,
who is now
sir.
the Vice President of All
Come on.
Spotlight, All Plays Network. Mike, congratulations. We
Well
are proud of
deserved.
you.
Well
You deserve
deserved.
it. Handle your
Well
business.
deserved.
But I just want to say one thing. All of a sudden, they make him VP. He talking about all these group chats we don't know and all this stuff. Mike out here acting up a fool. You feel me? Like he acted up a little. He like yo. He like yo, new guy. Who this? Like
Address me as VP only.
fact, yo, no, Mike. No, it's no longer Mike. Stand up. It's Mike VP. And say it with
They call me Mike Vice President Hughes.
You know what it is, right? It's MVP, baby. It's MVP.
That's so good.
Come on,
That's
now.
so good.
I'm MVP.
That's so good.
So obviously, Mike, congratulations. We're proud of you, and you
Yes,
definitely
sir.
deserve it. Wanted to give a big shout out to Mike. Now we got that out the way. We got a packed show going on. Boogie Cousins to the Bucks. I like the move. I don't know if you guys do. Golden State. People saying they're back. Did they ever leave? And the MVP award. But first and foremost, the name we're not allowed to say. Anthony Edwards being a superstar.
I didn't say it.
Super.
I guess we're not allowed to say that.
And
I guess you're not allowed to be a star until you're like 8 years in the league, and you're not a superstar until you make the Hall of Fame. That's what I'm assuming.
I need a ring. I need a ring and an MVP in your first year, or it doesn't.
100%.
It doesn't count. It doesn't
in
count.
Your rookie year, you don't win Rookie of the Year.
It's not
MVP,
real.
And Defensive Player of the Year, and get a ring and be Finals MVP. You are not worthy of being called a superstar. So, Mike, let me start.
If you don't have 5 moments, it doesn't count.
And matter of fact, you gotta have 5 moments in a quarter. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. But Mike, let me ask you a question: is Anthony Edwards on his way to becoming a superstar?
This one's for Coach. This one's for Victor, my boy. Touchdown crew. He is on his way. I think that was the main point of what you're saying. Not that he is right now, but he is definitely on his way. Here's the thing with Anthony Edwards that bothers me. It's not that it bothers me, it scares me, I should say. He doesn't give a fuck.
About nothing.
Edwards, not that he doesn't have work ethic, but just does not care that much about the game of basketball the way you see LeBron or Kobe or others care about the game of basketball. He's gone out there and said that. He goes, I'll go play baseball. I don't care. I'll do whatever. Like, he's just vibing. He's just living his life. The second this kid gets pissed off or bounced out of the first or second round, oh, my God. Like, the second he's motivated, I'm terrified of what this kid could be because he's doing this right now just chilling. He's just living his life. Same with LaMelo Ball. Like, LaMelo Ball in his rookie year didn't really it's been a lot of the narrative of LaMelo Ball doesn't really have that work ethic, doesn't really have that tenacity and grit that Lonzo and Jello had. Jello's got a lot of other things we could talk about, but it's definitely something though that you saw once he got bounced out of the play-in and in the playoffs. You saw that out of LaMelo. You saw, okay, going in the year 2, I'm gonna shit on some people. And Anthony Edwards is kind of in this point right now where I'm just waiting for that oh fuck moment. Like, I was close to winning a ring or I was close of doing something special and it didn't work out. The second that happens, or even if it doesn't, even if it just clicks in his mind that he wants to change his game and be all in on basketball. Not that he's not, but I feel like there's always that step further you can go. Anthony Edwards has all the intangibles of being a great player in this league. And he's doing a lot without really even trying. And people sleep on it. I've said it for years now. D'Lo going to Minnesota was going to be a lot bigger than people expected. And last year he wasn't healthy. The year before he wasn't really healthy. And now you're starting to see that Nets D'Lo that we saw back in, 2019? So you definitely look at it from that perspective. And I think I honestly have been saying it. They are a big three. What's up, big dog? But yeah, they're definitely.
What's up, Freddie?
Freddie, I'm praying for you. Y'all should have heard him in our meeting today. That boy is sicker than a wet dog in the rain. Like that cough. If he's not, he could give COVID. Like it is that bad.
Oh, shut my.
You can make COVID sick. You make Delta quake in their boots.
So, Freddie, since you're down that bad, I want to give you a little bit of medicine. I'll be nice. The Lakers are a great team. Russ, AD, and Bron fit. And you guys.
Oh, now okay. Don't do that. Don't sit up. Don't sit up here.
I'm not arguing with it.
LeBron's the GOAT.
I'm saying that.
I mean, well, that's true, but
I'm
you don't
just
have
saying
to.
that. He said me and Bron die right now.
And let's be real, AD's probably not too far behind you guys.
Honestly, I'm fearful.
Yeah.
Freddie's like, I'll stop. I was trying to be nice, but all right, Freddie, I'll stop.
Feel better.
Go ahead, Mike.
But nah, that was really my big point. Is I think the Minnesota's legit. I think Minnesota is really one pure 3-point shooter away from being something very consistent. I think they need to space the floor a little bit better. Because Ant is really Anthony Edwards is really that kind of guy who he can do everything, but I find him in the paint a lot. Dunking on people, doing crazy shit. You saw that dunk from him the other night.
Oh my goodness!
Postered him, man. I thought it was
that should have counted.
It was like the Michael Jordan Space Jam arm. It was disgusting. But Karl Anthony Towns, obviously, he's had the reputation of being soft. But and I'm gonna say it, after the death of his mother and a bunch of his other family members, I've seen far more serious Karl Anthony Towns. I've seen someone who's been grieving. I've seen someone who's been going through it and growing as a young man in this world. So I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Karl Anthony Towns, not only from a player's perspective, but just as a man overall. He's really handling his business really well. And D'Lo, this isn't Iggy Azalea D'Lo anymore. Like, this is a leader. This guy is a leader on this team. I had to say it. Alana, I had to say it. I ain't gonna forget that. You snitched on my.
He was. Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think anybody ever would let it go.
No,
definitely not letting that go. But yeah, that's really where I stand on it. I think they're a big three in the making, and I think they are very close from being an actual contender.
So, Mike said something interesting that a lot of people. One of the biggest knocks on Anthony Edwards is the fact that he's kind of just mellow when he's cooling or whatever. Sis, let me ask you, what do you think that needs to happen for it to click in him? Like, do you think it's something that he just needs to find deep in himself, or is it something like Mike said, going to the finals or not even just the finals, the playoffs, and just tasting that loss to like the spark under him? Like, what do you think it'll take?
I think it's a combination of both. I think even with a major playoff loss or something like that, you still have to have, because we've seen players have major playoff losses and it doesn't really change them or affect them anyway. They kind of just stay. Woo! You are firing on all cylinders tonight, sir. But they just kind of stay at like an even. They kind of just stay at like an even kill. So I think it's a little bit of both, because I think when it comes to situations like that, you have to pull deep within yourself to pull that out. I think that he has to maybe realize his potential, because at the end of the day, and this is why I posed the question, is because from what I've seen of him, even with that attitude, and the same with LaMelo, like they both are just naturally gifted. Like they just naturally have something about them that makes the game so easy. Like it just makes it just flows so effortlessly. They don't really have to try too hard. They don't have to put too much effort. And I think sometimes that's a gift and a curse, because when you're just naturally gifted in that way, you kind of don't have that same mentality, because it's like, I roll out of bed and I can do this. Like I don't need to, you know what I'm saying? So I think there has to be a combination of both of the things. I think a major playoff loss, I think depending on how he takes it, can help. But I think he needs to really look deep inside himself and just see the potential that he has, because to me, his trajectory is gonna be incredible. Like Mike said, like it's scary once it, because right now he's just kind of freelancing it. But once it really clicks for this guy, like it might be trouble. Like, you know what I'm saying? When he's able to put a consistent jump shot behind just the pure athleticism that he has, and he's able to space the floor a little bit more and not just be as what I wouldn't say he's one dimensional, but he has moments where it's just kind of like his main goal is just one thing, and it doesn't really expand outside of that. But once he's able to put all the pieces together, it's scary, because I mean he's tall, he's athletic, he's quick, he can play defense, he's not afraid of the moment, he's not afraid of anything, honestly. So I mean, if he's able to make it work and put it together and get a little bit more work ethic behind him, it's scary what that guy could be, honestly.
Yeah, just also throwing it out there. So LeBron James, he's gonna be out for at least 10 days. Yeah, so it's actually gonna be 10 days unless. So he's in the COVID protocols right now.
Oh,
yes, he's in the. That's why. Freddie said me and Bron down right now because he's in the protocols. The only way that he'll be able to go in sooner is if he gives 2 negative tests in a 24-hour span. So if he has 2 negative tests and within the 24-hour span, he'll be able to go
Bron,
in.
he worth $1 billion. Pay that money, Bron. Do what you gotta do. Pay that money.
Nah, Bron, stay home. Stay home, Bron. Look, man. Look, I'm telling you this right now, man. Bron, if Bron do that and he comes in and the next year the league got to shut down again, I'm telling you, bro. People forget.
Oh yeah,
remember what Rudy Gobert?
Yeah, that's true.
Number one, dudes was making jokes talking about sending him back to France. They was talking about the government get a hold of him and have him and use Rudy Gobert to for biological warfare. They were making all these jokes. Imagine for LeBron. LeBron will never live it down.
What?
He will never live it down.
I do not pity Rudy. Rudy was kind of an idiot, but
and he was oh my god, he was touching all the mics. Oh my goodness. But for Anthony Edwards, I will say this. I like him. I believe he should have won Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
That's just me. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Anthony Edwards is a stud. I'm gonna tell you this right now. He can do everything LaMelo can do, but better. And I genuinely believe that in my heart of hearts. And people get mad when I say that because they don't believe me. But look, I'm looking at a kid who can jump with anyone, bang with anyone, can offensively, can anyone defending him, he'll do his own. And defensively, too, he steps up and he don't care if he's getting cooked or not. For a fact, he's going to give you everything he got every single play.
I don't think he's a better passer or anything though, from LaMelo Ball standpoint.
No,
I'm in the minority. I'm in the minority when I say this. I don't think LaMelo Ball is that phenomenal of a passer. I think he's a solid passer, but I don't think he's as great as people make him out to be. I'll be honest. I think Lonzo is a way better passer than me.
No, it's definitely levels between Lonzo and Melo as far as passing. It's definitely levels, but I think Melo is a solid passer though.
Right, and when I was at the Bulls game last night, and when LaMelo was at the free throw line, everyone's yelling, everyone in the whole building's chanting Lonzo's better. And I was
they let him have it.
I was like, no, he's not. I'm not gonna say that. We're not gonna lie. We're not gonna lie here and say Lonzo's better. But
Lonzo's a better point guard, but.
No, Lonzo's better. Lonzo's better.
Yeah. No, Lonzo's better at the position, but overall,
Lonzo's better.
Nah,
I don't think overall he's better.
If I'm playing positionless basketball and you're saying who am I taking, I'll be honest. And again, I'm in the minority when I say this. LaMelo is the last brother I'm taking. I'm taking Lonzo first, and then after that, I'm taking Jello. That's just me. And people don't like when I say that, but
I take LeVar first always, but that's just me.
But
LeVar is the second coming. Y'all didn't know?
That's the rumor going around.
First, second, third, all of them.
But I mean, Anthony Edwards, I like him a lot. I do think he is on the path of becoming a superstar. Say again. Okay. Let me guess. We can't call him a superstar until he makes the finals. Like, come on, bro. Like,
he don't have 5 moments.
No, but I'll be honest with you. I think when people say, "Oh, you need to have a moment," I think that is the dumbest, laziest, weakest take you can possibly have. Because I don't look for your moments. I don't look for your signature moments to tell me whether or not you're a good or bad player.
Right.
I don't look
like
I was
saying it for years. D-Book is a superstar in the making. He just needs a team around him. And now all of a sudden he hits a shot over Paul George, so he's a superstar. That's not how it goes.
But
He has been there.
Yeah, this is
He been there. He been there.
Yes, this is the same kid. And this is how I look at it. If you're a superstar, I'm not just gonna look at your. If someone tells me, "Oh, name me one moment," I'm gonna go, "Okay, I'm gonna name you this moment when I stop talking to you." Like I'm not gonna sit here and go because when you talk about Reggie Miller, people go, "Oh yeah, they don't mention when he was going off. I think he had 13 points in again, I think it was against the Knicks. I think it was when he did this or whatever. Like no people bring that up, but they don't really talk about it. They talk about how great of a 3-point shooter he was. Right. Same thing with Larry Bird. When you talk about Isaiah Thomas, they don't talk about those moments. They talk about one of the best point guards to ever play the game.
Right.
Same thing with Magic.
Gee, I couldn't tell you one Larry Bird moment. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Exactly. See?
I ain't even gonna hold you, bro.
Yeah, I mean, like one of my favorites is when he shot a whole game left-handed to prove point.
Yeah.
And I think he hit 30 plus.
I knew that, but I wouldn't call that a moment. That's a whole fucking 2 hours.
Exactly, and that's my thing. Like people think if you don't have a moment, you're not, you're not a superstar. And I said that's a lazy take to me. That's just pure laziness. Because I'm not just gonna look for a moment. Because I'm gonna answer y'all this question. Or I'm gonna ask y'all this question. Robert Horry has moments. Does that mean he's a superstar? Asking for a friend now. Asking for a friend. Bruce Bowen has had moments. Right. Does that mean Mario Chalmers, Mike Miller has had moments? Does that mean he's a Kyle Korver? Is he a superstar? Hey, I'm asking for a friend.
Hey, relax, Kyle Korver.
No. I'm just
you want to know something? You want to know something funny is when people talk about the GOAT argument, they always say some people will say like their requirement is like, oh, Jordan has 6 rings. Well, Robert Horry has 7.
I say
that make him the GOAT?
I say that all the time. When people say that, they go, oh, if he's 6-0, I go, okay, bet. So by your logic, not only is Bill Russell the greatest of all time, Wilt is dog shit, and Robert Horry is not only the second best player of all time. Because I think, well, no, not really. You can't really say that because there was some of the other guys on Bill Russell's team that has more rings, but Robert Horry is better than MJ, and my favorite part, Scottie Pippen is just as good as Michael Jordan because they both have 6. They both were 6-0.
And they both 6-0. Yep.
Scottie will tell you that though, but that's not it.
No, Scottie believes that. Scottie believes that.
Scottie on right now, bro.
Scottie will say that shit with his chest.
I saw a picture, or I saw a meme earlier. And they say Scottie Pippen is what Kyrie's going to be when he's old.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, you know what?
Yep.
I was like, you know what? I can see that.
Because it makes sense when you think.
What happened?
It makes sense when you think about it. I said it makes sense when you think about it, honestly.
Right.
Kyrie's going to come out and have a whole tell-all book or something.
Kevin Love is just Steve Kerr. He's just chilling. He's that white guy that was on the team.
Man, Kevin Love, I'll be honest with y'all right now. Kevin Love, I'll invite him to my cookout. I'll invite him. 100%. I love Kevin Love. Look, when Kevin Love was getting yelled at by everybody and he took it on the chin like a champ, I always looked at Kevin Love. I was like, you know what? They blaming my guy K-Love, but you know what? That's my guy right there. I fucks with you, K-Love. I don't want you on my team though. I fucks with you.
I'm saying, you can bring him to the cookout prize so I can jump off the top rope and elbow him in his neck. Go ahead, bring him to the cookout.
No.
I got
Kevin Love.
I got smoke for Kevin Love.
In Cleveland, he took a lot of shit. He took a lot, and for him,
deservedly.
You said what?
Some of that was deserved.
So no, don't get it twisted. Some of it was. Don't get it twisted. Some of it was, but there was also some where he didn't deserve the flack. It was, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I give you that.
You know what I mean? So I felt like every single time
like
they
the
lost,
concussion shit,
Kevin Love.
bro, like Kevin Love's got a concussion, he should be playing. I was like, well, no.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't shake your brain around when you're damaged, but go off, sis, I guess.
Yeah. They were like that. They were like,
go off.
Bro, they were slow. They were like, oh, he's not tough. I'm like, bro, against the Celtics, he literally had his shoulder snatched out. Oh, well, I would have played through that. Bam. Bro.
No, the hell you wouldn't have.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, you get sick and you act like you got shot and you were literally in bed for 3 weeks. You're sick for 2 days. You're in bed for 3 weeks. This dude got his arm snatched out. Y'all talking about he weak? Oh, bro. Well, if it was me, if it was back in the day. Nah, dog, if it was back in the day, bro, you know what you would have been doing? Nothing. Nothing, bro.
Yep.
Fuck out of here, bro. Nah, I just hate when people disrespect my guy, Kevin Love. Yo, K-Dog, you got a public defender right here, dog.
Hey, and you got a spot on the Bulls, too.
Yeah, bro,
You got to get bought out.
Okay.
You got to get bought out.
Well,
let him get bought out, and then we got something.
Then you got
Because
something.
I'll take Kevin Love on the minimum.
I don't know if you want to do that, right? Because that's a defensive liability right there, sir. So if you want to go
Green, I got Devontae Green. I'll take it.
I'm good with that. Offensively, he can give me something.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Give me enough. Man, sis, you bitter.
I'm just saying, let him be in a pick and roll, and he gets switched on to somebody, a guard or something. That
that's
man
like
is
70%
food.
of big men. That's like 70% of
He's
big
a
men.
food.
The
Golden State picked on him. I remember this. They picked on him because they knew he was slow as molasses.
Yeah, he was so slow that what was it? Game 6, Curry tried to do it on him, and he bricked the 3. So I don't want to hear it. So shout out to my boy.
Yeah,
K-Love.
whatever.
Like I said, you invited the cookout. Don't break food. We got to take care of. Just bring your presents. Just bring your presents. Because I ain't gonna hold you. K-Love look like he handle spice. I ain't gonna hold you. That's what a low key look like. Again, I don't know.
It's giving no seasoning on the food.
Yeah, I mean, look, again, I don't know what he eats, but I remember there was an interview they did with him a few years ago, and they were just talking about K-Love, like, try to get to know him, and he said he hates spice, and I was like, you know what?
So does that mean you don't like pepper? Because pepper.
He just said spice. He just said spice and heat. That's all he said. I was a red flag because spice and heat low key the same thing. So for me, that was a red flag. I was like, okay, dog, you losing me, bro. My Warriors cooking all y'all teams. Look, we'll talk about them in a minute. We'll talk about.
You didn't cook LaMelo Ball.
But
boop.
What did he say? All right, but before we talk about Golden State, Boogie Cousins signed a 1-year deal with Milwaukee. A lot of people, I know, Mike, you're upset because you're a Bulls fan, and I'll be honest, if I had to put my money on it, I thought it was
Mike. Y'all can't have everybody.
I mean, low key,
low key.
You guys are the Eastern Conference Lakers. Let's call it what it is, bro. Like I'm just trying to pick up everything.
But it's working. That's the difference.
It is. No, you're right. It is. But I will say this: I thought Boogie Cousins was gonna go before I even thought about him going to the Bucks. I thought the Bulls was gonna be the number 1 place. I thought him going back to the Clippers would have made some sense. And then another team, he said, "Tell me about LaMelo in June." Sheesh. Someone coming in.
Tell me about Clay's ankles.
Come on, God. Son. Chill out.
You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that.
My fault.
You didn't have to do that.
Tell me about Wiseman's back.
All right.
Oh, okay. All right.
Get him out of here.
See, now.
You got double technical.
Now you doing.
You got double technical, Mike.
You're thrown out of the game. You got thrown out of the game.
I got one more for you. Tell me about Curry's sister getting impregnated by one of his own teammates. All right, now you can kick me.
They're married though. Don't do that. They're married though. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yo, you're being a hater.
This was like, they've been married for a bit, Mike. Put context.
Like, come on, man. Like, it ain't like he's just a baby daddy. Like, that's his own. That's her whole husband. Like, what?
Record. Tell me about Clay rings.
Tell me about one moment of Clay in the last 2 years. And Clay's my guy, but relax. One moment, please, where he wasn't sitting down. One moment, where he had a jersey on that 77.
Bro,
okay, that is enough.
Sis, you ready to hear the wild part?
That is enough.
Sis, you ready to hear the craziest part about it all?
I'm the biggest.
Mike said that Clay could win MVP. He's pulling for Klay Thompson.
I am.
And he's violating the best out of him.
Hey,
annoying.
My brother can get smoked. Clay's my guy. He's one of my favorite players. I'm just saying.
Oh my God. Yo, Mike, you killing me right now.
Clay did not. He didn't deserve that. He didn't deserve that.
Nah, man, Clay just chilling, bro. By the way, I don't know if y'all know. Him and James Wiseman are on the Santa Fe Warriors, which is their G League affiliate.
Bro, I promise you.
They're there to kind of rehab and get back and gain shape and all that stuff. So that way, they want to bring both of them up at the same time.
Bro, I want to go to a game so bad, bro. Clay and Wiseman gonna be dropping 70.
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I think Clay's first game, he might be a little rusty.
Oh, I mean in the G League.
Oh, in the G League?
Yeah.
Bro,
I wanna go to
I'll
those.
tell you right now,
They-
they selling out G League tickets. I don't care what no one says. They selling out G League tickets.
Wait, are they gonna actually have them play in the G League, or are they
Yes,
just
because
rehabbing?
so the thing is, they're in the G League on a rehab assignment.
Oh,
Right. So,
got
in
it.
baseball, when you get injured and you come back, Mike, you probably know about it. When Chris Sale, he had when he came back from his injury, they put him in the minor leagues. Now, a lot of times when a guy, and this is something I also want to touch on real quick, because a lot of people have been violating Clay and James Wiseman, saying that they're scrubs because they're in the G League. The NBA should do this more often.
They need to stop playing with Klay Thompson because that man is about to come back on some shit.
But here's what I'm saying: the league should do this more often. When a guy comes back from an injury, put him in the G League for like a month so he can rehab and get back in shape. So then when
In game shape, yeah.
you elevate him back up. Now instead of him having to learn not only on the court, trying to get the win, and also making sure, do I trust my body? Put him in the G League. No, listen, no one, and this is just a common fact. No one cares if you win in the minors.
Right.
They don't care. You know what I mean? It's just more along the lines of what do you do? Are you evolving your game, et cetera, et cetera. So I feel like they should do that more. They should be having guys who come back from. Because
I said that about Kobe White. Like it was one of those things where Kobe had that off-season surgery and he's coming in. And in 5 games he averaged, he literally had a total of 2 points. I was like, bro, get his ass in Windy City Bulls. Go chill out there for get some confidence and then come back. But you want him to feel it out, get back into the game. Nah, fuck that. Go to the G League and shit out.
I'd rather put him in the G League. Because the thing is at the same time, if you have him feel it out, and guess what? He all of a sudden he don't look good. You put him on the bench. Now what is he doing for you? Nothing. If you want him to feel it out, put him down there. Let's see how it works. But that's always been my thing. But yeah, they're actually gonna play in the G League as part of their rehab assignment to kind of. That way they could be better. They're only going to be there for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Because right now it's the 30th, and like I said, around Clay's supposed to be back. I think like the 3rd week of December.
Yes, sir.
So right. So when he comes back, they kind of want James Wiseman,
and he's going to win MVP with them ankles.
But you literally just
you're violating.
But sis, let me start with you. What do you think DeMarcus Cousins can bring to the Milwaukee Bucks?
I think he gives them more size inside. I think he helps their offense because not only is DeMarcus Cousins a big man, but he is also one of the better passing big men in the league when healthy, at least. So I think that helps as well. That kind of relieves a little bit of pressure off of Giannis because they can't collapse on him anymore because they have somebody on the opposite side of him. Or I don't know if he's going to start in that, so I guess we'll have to see with that. But they just have more size, more physical presence in the paint, and then helps with their defense as well. So it's not all on Giannis to be their defensive anchor. I also think he brings just veteran leadership, and being that he's been around so many teams, like he was around the Warriors and he was with the Lakers for a moment, and then you know what I'm saying, he had he's just been in different scenarios where he's been around winning franchises, so he can. I mean, granted, the Bucks they have their championship, but you can never. It definitely helps to have somebody that's that's accustomed to being around winning franchises.
Right.
But yeah, so I mean, if he's able to stay healthy, I do think that he brings positive energy for them. He can score. He also can create his own shot, so you don't really have to force anything to him. He can kind of make things happen on his own. But we'll see.
Yeah, Mike. DeMarcus Cousins. Obviously, the last time we saw him was with the Clippers, and he kind of was doing his thing. He didn't have a lot of opportunities, but the few times they gave him the opportunity, he kind of did his thing. He kind of showed that he's still worth something and he can still bring something to the table.
Right.
So in terms of that, do you think there's a specific role? Like, do you think he'll be the everyday starter? You think he's looking more of the 6-man role? Like, what role do you think that Boogie Cousins is going to have?
I think Bobby Portis and Boogie Cousins are going to have a very interesting role together. I don't know if it's going to be them rotating between the starting position and not. I could see them coexisting. I think that makes you have a very big front. I think that's a very, very good rebounding team. You have Giannis, obviously, Bobby, you have Boogie. I think that's solid. If you could find a way, because people forget Bobby isn't just a center. Bobby played a lot of forward in Chicago, and he does it at a very high, high and effective rate. So, if you definitely can get away with that, I definitely think there are going to be matchups and situations where they can thrive together. But I do think it is going to be a lot of just him and Bobby Portis kind of leaning on each other because neither of them can relatively stay the healthiest. So I'm really interested to see how that continues. But I definitely do think Boogie could thrive here. Especially being in somewhere like Milwaukee. I always notice Boogie has problems kind of just being productive on a nightly basis in big time places. Even in New Orleans, he wasn't as productive, but he was a lot more productive than we had seen in recent years with the Clippers and with other organizations. In Golden State, it was a little bit better for him. He just got injured. But I definitely do think that Milwaukee is going to be a good place for him.
Yeah, I mean, I do like the move. Like I said, on the Clippers, when he had his opportunities, he would cook. And Boogie Cousins still has that ability. It's just the injuries is what it's kind of hampering a little bit of his athleticism, but he still has something. He can still shoot them. He has a mid-range game. He's got a post game, and he can shoot the three. When I saw this, one thing came to my mind. Remember how the Lakers – not last year before last, they went out with that big lineup like that. Everyone was like, oh my God, that big lineup, it's gonna be nice with AD and Dwight and Bron. So I started thinking about that. I'm like, it is a potential that Milwaukee, if they want to go big, have one of the best big men, in terms of the size, big lineups in the league. So it's Drew Holiday at the 1, Chris Middleton at the 2, Giannis at the 3, Bobby Portis at the 4, DeMarcus Cousins at the 5. And the thing is, outside of Giannis, everyone in that lineup can shoot.
Yeah. I mean,
every single one of them can
Giannis can kind of shoot too, though.
No, not enough to the point where you actually got to be scared. I
don't know. I wouldn't leave him open.
He's getting better. He's getting a lot better. At least with the left.
Hold on.
With the 15 or 20 foot. I mean, I don't think it's a jumper that you have to be nervous. Oh my God, he's gonna, have some crazy ridiculous percentage. But I still think you have to account. Yeah, I wouldn't leave him unattended. Because there are moments where he gets he gets in the groove and he can knock a couple down in a row. I've seen him do it, this year.
Yeah, but then when he's not in a groove, all of a sudden he looks like the Giannis of old. And
but what happened when KD left him by himself?
You saw what?
When KD left him by himself, I saw Giannis knocking him down.
And that was one game. That was one game.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Right. That's a point, though, to where you can't leave him unattended.
Yes,
you can be aware of it.
Okay, in 7 games, there's 2 games you can point to that Giannis was shooting. So that leaves 5 that the guy was shooting and was dog shit.
Pride, are you talking about moments now?
Yes, I'm talking about moments. I'm talking about moments that make or break.
Now we're talking about moments.
This is all I'm saying.
Victor has entered the chat.
I'll be honest. I just don't think right now. I don't think you still don't have to respect it.
Yeah, right. Earlier this year, I don't think you have to.
Earlier this year, they were giving him wide open shots, and he was still breaking them.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's why I'm saying, as of now, you don't have to. Now, I've said this before. Is he getting better? Of course. But if I go to sleep 5'5" and I wake up tomorrow 5'6", guess what? I'm taller. But that doesn't mean I'm a giant. Right. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how I look at it with Giannis. Is he getting better? Yeah. I'm 5'9".
I'm 5'9".
Yeah, I'm 5'9". I think I'm 5'9", 5'10", something like that. I'm gonna go 5'9" because I'd rather say I'm shorter than taller.
5'9" on a good day.
Yeah. On a great day, I'm 5'11", boy. You feel me? I put my shoes on, and then I put the insoles in, and then I put some toilet paper in there too. So I may get a little extra lift.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, on a great day, yo, boy, looking like 5'6", so I take my shoes off. But excuse me. Giannis shooting is improving, but not enough. You got to work exactly, and that's all I'm saying. I believe. And by the way, I love boxing, bro. So if you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to drop them. Boxing and MMA. If you have any questions, drop them. I'll answer. I won't be too long on it because I don't want to waste too much time. But 100%. Chris said Boogie won't start though. If he does, he'll only get a few minutes. I think he'll start only for injuries. You know what I mean? I think if there's like an injury thing,
I don't really know enough about Milwaukee this year to talk about their injuries, but I would agree with you.
No, I'm not saying no. They're not injury prone.
I just have no idea. I literally have watched like one Milwaukee game. No idea.
That's funny.
No idea what the fuck's going on in Milwaukee.
Oh my god.
Yeah, nobody really cares about Milwaukee to the playoffs.
And I was, by the way,
there's so many words going on.
Yeah, no. Teofimo's father said that his mistake was leaving his son at 136 for so long. So what his dad wants him to do is move up in weight.
Oh wait, Devontae fight this weekend.
Well, yeah, this one just happened. I'm in the camp where I don't think Lopez is that nice. That's just me. I don't think he's that nice. I think he's a hell of a fighter, but me personally, I said this before, and people get mad at me. He didn't beat Loma. He did not beat Lomachenko. I don't care what no one says. Lomachenko started late, and in my eyes, that was a draw.
Yeah.
Now people they slander my name for that because everyone wanted Lopez to win. But my thing is, and again, people get mad at me, but and
live your life, Pride.
Yeah, and this is also the other point. Way less competition at 140, and it's not even close. Not even close. I'm saying he goes to 140, people gonna look at him like the way we look at Canelo. But Canelo going up there and he's just wiping out divisions, that's how people gonna look at him.
Right.
And they're gonna ignore the fact that there's hardly any competition.
Big dude, small frame, yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? Big dude, small pond. So it is what it is. But yeah, when it comes to Giannis, it did improve, but it's not to the point where you gotta be worried.
Right.
Boogie Cousins being, him, I think having him on the bench, it's solid. I know Brook Lopez, I believe he's still in the starting lineup, which is solid. I like it.
Not about Brook.
Yeah, but I mean, look, no one's scared of Brook Lopez. Like, you know what I mean? So I think maybe there'll be games where they kind of switch them in and out.
Yeah.
So they won't really have a full-time starter. It'll be more like, oh, we'll give Boogie Cousins. Oh, we'll give Brook or whatever, something like that. Are the Lakers in trouble more trouble now that LeBron is on the health and protocols?
No. You can't say they're in more trouble because LeBron didn't even come back like that.
Yeah, like he has
the same trouble they were already in.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think.
What was our trouble before, Pride? Bron's not in. What's our trouble now? Bron's not in.
Yeah. they haven't even really gotten a groove yet or anything like that. So it's like it's kind of just gonna stay the same. It's not really gonna be.
I don't think I think they'll be in trouble if LeBron got COVID, because the actual impact it has on your body in terms of stamina. Then yes.
Yeah.
I think if any man's body is to withstand COVID, though, it's LeBron James's body.
Oh, for sure, without a doubt.
Yeah, 100%. If there is one guy who can, get COVID.
Now J.R. Smith, I'm scared for you. I'm scared for you, brother.
You know what? No. It depends what JR I get. If I get shirtless JR, COVID ain't doing nothing to my guy.
Yeah. If we get Henny JR, he's good. He's good.
Mike, I'm gonna steal a joke from you. Shirtless JR gives COVID. I'm gonna steal your joke. Shirtless JR. And matter of fact, shirtless JR with Henny, unstoppable, bro. Don't get
Delta.
Untouchable.
He got Delta.
Facts, I'm telling you. But Raider, you were talking about your beloved Golden State. They have been literally on fire.
Right.
Feel me? They're just clicking literally on all cylinders, and they're not even 100% healthy. That's the scariest part for me. They're clicking. They're bulldozing everyone. Mike, is it fair to say that the Golden State dynasty is back?
I don't think it ever left. I never thought it ended. I never thought it was. I didn't realize we had a farewell tour. Because when you look at a dynasty, at the end of the day, a dynasty does not mean you won a championship every single year. A dynasty means throughout a certain period of time, you were a dog. Now, you can look at the Bulls dynasty and you can say, okay, well, 2 3-peats, yada, yada, yada. But when you look at more of hockey, more of baseball, more of other things, with the Giants for baseball, it's every even year. With St. Louis, it wasn't every single year. And you look at it from a hockey perspective, I could say the Blackhawks as well, which I actually got to live through. It was 10, 13, and 15. But in between those gaps, 11, 12, and 14 and 16, it was still the dynasty time frame that you just didn't win a championship. Now with this, we're still talking about all the way from 2015 to 2018, 2019, they went to the finals every single year. They won 3 championships, and then 2 years they kind of didn't. They didn't do much. They made a playoff appearance, in 2020, so that was cool. But they just didn't get the bag. Now, if they win a championship this year, the dynasty is continuing because you only had a 2-year gap where you didn't, and you had 5, 6 straight years or however long it was. I'm horrible at math, of going to the finals. So it's definitely one of those things where if you go to the finals again this year, the dynasty lives on. Now, if you just go to the playoffs this year, it's going to be going into year 4 of not going to the finals. That might be a question of, is this going to become a different dynasty than the original dynasty when they were actually in Golden State, or is this going to be the San Francisco dynasty? Now, I feel like right now you're still in that Golden State dynasty. But if you don't make it this year or even get close to making it this year, I would say you might be entering a different era of Golden State basketball, even if it is still Curry and Clay. At the end of the day, though, I would say as of right now, the dynasty never left. Just kind of got paused.
Okay. All right.
Think about real quick, though. Think about the Jordan retirement thing as a perfect example of that. And Damian, mind your business. But it's definitely... It's definitely.
You said one thing about JR.
But when Jordan retires for 2 years, the Bulls dynasty didn't end because right when he came back, they won 3 more championships. So with the second Clay comes back,
that first year, they almost made the semis. It was a blown call that kind of kept them out of it.
Exactly. So you look at it and say, okay, well, when Clay comes back, let's see. If it's not the same, it's not the same, and it is what it is. But if it is, why can't I say that the dynasty never left? It was just that Clay and KD were gone.
I mean, and honestly, like I said, that's a good point, sis. Let me give you a little different question. So Mike basically said if they make the finals, you can say the dynasty was never there. Let's say they only make the playoffs. Let's say they get bounced. Let's say the worst case scenario for the playoffs. I'm not going to mention the play-in because they're not even close to it right now. Let's say they go and let's say they get upset by the AC, right? Let's say the first seed, they get upset by the AC. Is it fair to say that the dynasty is dead? Is it fair to say that it's on life support? Or would you be like Mike and start thinking, you know what, we might be heading into a new generation of Golden State basketball?
I think we would be heading into a new generation of Golden State basketball. I think what this Warriors team, and I actually just thought about this morning, is that this Warriors team kind of reminds me of the Kobe Shaq Lakers. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by that is when they first got together, they had a couple years where they had to figure it out, right? And then once they figured it out, they rattled off 3 back-to-back. Now, granted, in Golden State's history, it was 2 back-to-back. And there was the one, then they lost, then it was 2 back-to-back. And then the next 2 years happened. Clay was hurt. Steph got hurt. KD got hurt. Like all these things happened to them. But and it's kind of the same thing with the Lakers when they rattled off the 3, and then they end up losing the 4. And then Shaq leaves. They go through the rebuilding stage. Kobe goes kind of through the couple years of not making the playoffs. Or making the playoffs and then getting bounced in the first round, and then
manning a trade until the Lakers got him Powell, but we don't talk about that.
Yeah, that too. And then you know what I'm saying, they put the right pieces around him, and then they rat off 2, and they kind of put themselves back in position. And I think with this Golden State Warriors team, it's kind of the same thing. Like they had they won the 1, they had the 2 back-to-back, and then everything kind of spiraled out of control and really fast for them, and they're just now starting to kind of put the pieces back together. But I think the best thing about this Golden State Warriors team is that they kept their foundation. Like they kept the nucleus of what made them successful intact. And they still have those 3 key components that elevated the championship champions in the first place. So I think that it'll be if they do end up getting even if they lose this year and then let's say they come back next year with the vengeance and they end up winning, I still think it's just a continuation because if you look at it within a 10-year span, they have three. You know what I'm saying? They have 3 rings, like or even like a 7 or 8 year span. They have 3 rings. You know what I'm saying in that span time. So if they're able to rat off another or maybe even 2. Then you know what I'm saying you got to consider that to be a part of a dynasty, you know what I'm saying, or just a part of their dynasty. But I don't think that the dynasty ever left, honestly and truly. I think they just kind of went through a phase where everybody got hurt. They were kind of rebuilding because they lost a main component in Kevin Durant. Like it was a lot of moving pieces and things of that nature. And they played a lot of basketball in like 5 years. You know what I'm saying? So it was only a matter of time before there was going to be a breakdown or a drop off. But I don't think they ever left either. I think they just had like a 2-year like a little 2-year layoff, and then now they're back in the swing of things.
Yeah, I look at it as if you look at this Golden State team, it's kind of like a car, right?
Right.
Eventually, it's going to need maintenance, whether it be brakes,
change,
whether you got to replace the engine. And while you're doing all that maintenance, guess what? You can't use the car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously, they lost KD, but even without KD, you lost Clay. You know, Steph was in and out with the injuries. Then at the same time, you're trying to get all these new kids to, you know, kind of step up and fill a role. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of all that stuff was happening all at once to make it seem like the Warriors were down bad. And honestly, I'm with you guys. I don't think the dynasty ever left because I'm under the impression if you win, just because you don't win every single year doesn't mean you're not a dynasty. Like the Miami Heat, for those 4 years, was a dynasty. For those 4 years, they lost the first one in 2011. They then repeated, they two-peated, and then they lost the fourth one. But that was still a finals. That was still a dynasty because you were still in there. You were still, even if you want to say. And I've heard people try to say that the Celtics, the 08 Celtics were a dynasty because, you know.
No.
I don't think so because I think in order to be a dynasty, you need to win at least 2 rings in 3 years.
Right.
I think if you win 2 rings in 3 years, sure. But the argument people are saying is because they lost once and then went back to the finals the second time.
Right.
They give that Celtics team so much for winning one championship. Like they get so much for one championship.
Right, and again, I'm a diehard Celtics fan.
Right,
and look, that year I loved it, but I'm in the minority of the Celtics fan. But I don't think that was a dynasty. I think it was a hell of a year, but I don't think it was a dynasty.
Right, unrelated though, the Dodgers, are they a dynasty right now?
The Dodgers?
Yeah.
No way. Fuck no.
That's what I said.
Yeah, no, fuck no.
Because you won 1 ring and you lost 2 in the series. They're like, oh, but they went. And I'm like, I don't care if you went. You didn't win. That's why I think Miami and Bron, to me, still wasn't really a dynasty the way you think about dynasties. Like 2 rings is cool. You went to 4, but you didn't win enough as you should have. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, no, don't get it twisted. I believe, I'll be honest with you.
It's got to be 3 or more to me.
You think so?
I think it's got to be at least back to back. If at least a back to back. Like if there's a back to back in there, I could give them that. You know what I'm saying? As far as like the whole dynasty.
That's
thing.
the only 2 I'll give. If it's that.
Okay. Okay. So let's say it's like 3 in 2 years. So let's say it's like let's say the Warriors had won, lost the second meeting, and then the third one they won.
I'm gonna need another one.
You gonna need so you're either either 3 rings in 3 or 4 years,
or a back to back,
or give us a back.
I'm gonna need you to defend the throne and be like, I run the league. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because if it's split up like that, it kind of just I don't know, like it kind of throws it off because every dynasty that we know every dynasty we know it has at least one back to back there, or more. You just
in like 4 years. So let's say there's like an 8-year dynasty and they won like 4 every other year. Do y'all still call that a dynasty?
That's 4 dubs though.
Right. Okay. Got you. Okay. So you're thinking you give us 3.
Right.
Either 3 or back to back. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that.
Not just back to back, like back to back, but I still need you to go there a couple more times. You know what I mean? Like you can't.
Yeah. Because I mean, even because even with the Heat, like even though they lost,
and then 2 losses, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, even though the Heat went 4 times, like they still have the back to back, and they still were there. Like it wasn't like They had a
Right.
drop off where they
That's
were at
why-
8 seed or they didn't make the playoffs or you know what I'm saying, something crazy
And
like
that's
that.
why-
Like they were always right there.
That's why I give them that Heat team the word dynasty because of that back to back.
Right, and I can
You know what
I
I
can
mean?
respect it.
Yeah,
This
okay,
is not my
honestly,
traditional back to back.
yeah, no, but I do get what you're saying, Mike. Where like even if
Mhm.
you don't get the back to back, if you're getting at least 3 rings, and you're kind of showing some sort of consistent presence,
Right.
where like we're not getting blown the doors off. You know what I mean? Like we're still
Mhm.
around. I do
Right.
get that.
Like I
You
look
know
at the
what I mean?
Blackhawks. All right, 6 years, you had 3 rings. Now none of it was ever back to back, but half of those years, 50% of the time, you won a championship. So I look
like
at it
this
like
one.
that.
I like this
Win
one.
one, defend
Win
one.
one, then defend it. So then that'll be 2,
Right.
and win another within 3 years.
Yeah, I can agree
And
with
be
you.
locked in as a dynasty. So basically, that's 3 rings in 5
Right.
years.
Now the Dodgers, I mean, you won
And
a
but-
60-game season,
Fuck
bro.
God. And on top of that, the reason I kill the Dodgers is because they live in this funny world where they're like, oh my God, we were robbed. And my question is, all right, Cody, where did they cheat? Oh, well, they knew what pitches we were throwing. Cody, you batted 167. What up, little one?
Hey, what's
What up, little
it?
one?
What's
It's
it?
the trifecta. There's 3 of them.
What's
Yo, what up, little homie? Yes,
These
sir.
guys.
Yes,
This is
sir.
what, get out the camera. Like, what are you doing?
We was vibing. We was cooling, bro.
Oh, he took off.
Yeah, he did though. He know what it is.
Man, bro. But yeah, I mean, I think that's like the best one. Where it's 1 year defend it, or 1 year win it, defend it, which is 2, then win another within 3 years. So that's 3 and 5 years. I think honestly, I have no debate with that. You know what I mean? Because my thing with the dynasty, it's okay for you to have your down moments. I'm okay with that, but you need to have more ups. Like you know what I mean? You need to be
Yeah.
enough. Where
At least
people-
have it even out.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, he's like, yo, got the shorties.
I got
What up,
one
what
right
up,
here.
what up, little
I got to
ones?
here. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh man, keep it in basketball, and it's kind of in Golden State. Steph has been mad as shit. I say this joke all the time. Someone says something about his wife or his kid or something. This dude's been mad. By the way, I was watching a game a few days ago, and he was yelling, and he was yelling, he was flexing, and I'm like,
And beat his chest. Yeah.
bro. I
Yeah.
was looking. I was like, wait a
I
minute.
saw that.
I was like, yo, Steph, you lift weights? Like what? Like, yo,
Yeah, he got
rock
swole
solid.
now. Yeah.
Yo, like, yo, I used to be like, yo, I'll beat up Steph. Like, I kid you not, I always, if there was a question, is there any NBA player you can beat up? And I always thought I could beat up Steph.
Right.
I see Steph now, and I'm like, hey, yo, what was I thinking? Like, was he
Yeah.
always this yoked, or did he always?
Nah, he wasn't though. He
Right?
wasn't.
Okay, so I just want to make sure I wasn't bugging, yo, because all of a sudden I'm rubbing my eyes, and he's like, just going like
I
that, and
got
I'm like, wait a minute, like you Diesel's a mug, bro. Like, how you do that? But $1 million question. I'm gonna start with you, Mike. Is the MVP award right now just a 2-man race between Steph and KD?
No, girl.
Um, yeah, I mean, honestly, yeah. I mean, I'd love for it to be like, okay, DeMar DeRozan's in the conversation, and because of what he's doing in Chicago right now, and he definitely is. But it's just what Steph and KD are doing from a scoring perspective. And I understand that, to all my Bulls fans out there, DeMar is averaging like 30 and 35 every other night. But there are those nights where he gives you 17. There are those nights that he gives you 20. And KD and Steph they're just chucking the ball like it's nothing, and they're all going in. Like it is what it is. And I feel like they're just on this different level right now. They're both on a different planet. And I'm honestly, everyone wants to see KD versus LeBron in the finals. I want to see KD versus Steph, because I mean that's the ultimate test. It is, because you went to Steph and said, I can't win a ring by myself, and now you're going up against Steph after Steph taught you everything you know. It's kind of like the ultimate mind fuck. So I think that, sorry, I didn't see her because it is what it is. But yeah, it definitely is, though. At the end of the day, I think it's between Steph and KD until, again, 20 games in, until someone else proves to me that they can be that elite guy. I think Giannis is still always going to be in the conversation, though. At any moment in time, Giannis can go off and be in this conversation.
Yeah. So sis, let me give you a little different variation of this question. So let's say you were forced to pick somebody other than KD or Steph. Who would you say is the front runner to the MVP award?
I'm not honestly. I'm not mad at Mike's Mark DeRozan, DeMar DeRozan. I'm not mad at his DeMar DeRozan pick because I do think he at least has to be in some kind of consideration. Just reviving himself pretty much, and how well. And how well he's been playing for the Bulls, and just what he's been and what he's meant for that team so far. So I mean, I'm not mad at DeMar DeRozan being the third option. I think it's still a wide gap between KD, Steph, and then DeMar DeRozan.
Well, DeMar was the worst free agency signing in all of 2021.
and now he's looking like
understand.
I don't understand that either.
Like I was like,
it was just hate.
That's what I'm assuming, because look, when I saw him, I'll be honest, I didn't think it was gonna be ground shaking, but at the same time, I didn't look at it as a stupid move. Like
I was like, Lori marketing, so I was like,
right, yeah. In terms of both, that really was the options, and I'm like, well, no disrespect to Lori, but I'm taking DeMar DeRozan 11 out of 7 times with like, you know what I mean? So I don't understand why they said that. I don't know. Like, I mean, DeMar DeRozan at the time, he averaged a quiet 20, and that's what y'all needed. Y'all didn't need a dude to come because y'all got Zach LaVine, who's gonna be the dynamic guy. You just kind of you just needed a second guy to give you a solid 15 to 20. So I don't know where all that hate was coming from, but go ahead, sis.
Yeah, but no, like I said, I think there's still a wide gap between the three. But I think that it's definitely between Steph and KD for me. I said this at the beginning of the year. I felt like Steph just has a different fire in his eyes. I don't know, like Brian said, I don't know who pissed him off, what they said, but whatever it was, I think honestly, that people were kind of writing them off because they didn't have Clay and kind of felt like he couldn't be that catalyst and couldn't be that leader. And I think he's on a mission to prove that. Right. And plus there was also the talks of the dynasty being over. Let's be completely honest. In the media, they were kind of pretty much putting the nail in the coffin with Golden State, and it was just supposed to be Brooklyn and LA. So I think Steph was kind of sitting back like, well, wait a minute, y'all forgot that this is what I like. You forget what I do and how, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm a perfection. I do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've been at the top of, you know what I'm saying, the top of the league for the last couple of years. Like, did y'all forget that? And I think that's kind of where his motivation lies. I even think it's a wide gap, between KD and Steph, because I feel like Steph has just been on a different planet right now. Like KD is gonna be KD, like he's gonna put up his numbers. But I think Steph Steph is playing angry. Like it's not even to the point where he's just out there like playing, like he's playing angry, like motivated. Like there's a chip on his shoulder. Like there's something, and maybe we'll find out at the end of the season. There's something that is motivating him to this otherworldly level that he's playing at right now. Yeah. And but I want to point out too, I'm glad that you brought up the game the other day where he was flexing pride. I found it interesting that Steph mocked a ref and there was no conversation about it. Light skin privilege.
I don't even think it's light skin privilege. You know what I'm just think it is? No, I know that but a lot of people feel that, and I tell you what it is. I just think it's, I look at Steph the same way the NFL looks at Aaron Rodgers. He could go and kill someone on the court and no one will say anything because, it's cute and adorable Steph.
It's that baby face.
Well, Aaron might have lost that title.
I don't think so.
Oh yeah, with the whole COVID thing.
I don't think so. And you want to know why? You want to know why I don't think so? If that was anybody else, they're suspended 4 games at least. I'm throwing that out there. And I'm gonna say this again.
I would agree with you.
Over flat balls, they suspended Tom Brady for what? 4 games?
Yeah. Yep. So, she says hi.
That's what I'm saying. What's up, mamas? But Mike, I saw this look you were making. I want you to go ahead and address this comment right
I don't
here.
even want to talk about it. You don't
want to talk about it?
Fuck out of here.
Wow. Look,
I just want the record to go ahead.
No, go guys. Go ahead.
Pride. No, Pride. Go ahead. I was gonna say something stupid. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Say something stupid. I want to laugh.
Oh, I was like gonna say I just want the record to reflect that all those kids you see, they are my cousins. I don't have any kids, but I just want to put that out there into the world. I'm a single woman with no kids. Okay, let's not get
As you
crazy
should.
here. All right,
As you should.
you know what I'm saying? I'm
Oh,
just gotta
come
clear
on,
that up. I
Lori.
don't want nobody to be like, damn, she got hella kids.
Right.
No, she don't. No,
And
she don't.
on a real note, though, Pride, like Lori was the softest big man that I've seen in a very long time. Like,
Yes.
my biggest knock on Lori was that he wasn't physically strong. Then he comes back in 2018, 2019, swole as shit. He came back huge, and he looked worse than he did when he was small. And he can't. He's 7 feet tall. You can't put him in the paint. He can't defend. He's not doing anything. He can't stay healthy. DeMar DeRozan being a mid-range god, that is what they call this man.
Yes.
Why do you not take a chance on DeMar DeRozan? Because Lauri Markkanen, one, the best ability is availability, and two, DeMar has a resume. You know, Lauri really never did anything, and Lauri felt some type of way because he wanted to be the number one option. Then be better than Zach, but you're not. So then step the fuck off.
Yeah, and you made a great point. One of the biggest knocks was that he had to bulk up.
Right.
He bulked up and played even softer.
It's like you spent all offseason just working out. You didn't play a lick of basketball. Not 1 second.
Right, which
all right.
Which I'll be honest, completely and utterly blows my mind because excuse me. It just blows my mind because again, the big knock is you need to play more physical.
Right.
And he goes, okay. He does part of it. He gets bigger, but then when he gets bigger, comes back and all of a sudden just plays softer.
Right. And is more injury prone than when he was smaller.
Right, which
what are we talking about?
Right. So which all that kind of really comes in. Why are you gonna have Lord? And again, this is a guy who, like you said, he wants to be featured. He's not willing to accept a role like a role.
Paid too.
Right. He wants to be that guy. He wants to get paid. He wants to be all this stuff. So it's kind of a little weird with him because why are you gonna do all this stuff? Why are you gonna pay him? Why are you gonna give him all this security?
Right.
When he's not really giving you anything really to work with. Like, you know what I mean?
The funniest comparison, and I never really saw it coming, I literally said this guy is Kevin Love after Kevin Love's prime. And now they're both on the same team together in Cleveland. And I think it's the funniest fucking thing in the world. But it is. I was just like, you really just love white men with injuries. Like, you sound so toxic right now. But you sound like every Puerto Rican woman in Chicago. Like, that's just how it is. I love black boys with issues. Like, it's just,
look,
not every Puerto Rican in Chicago.
I'll be honest, it is crazy with Lauri because he plays, and again, this is not like Mike, you agree with me here. He literally does play like an older Kevin Love.
Oh,
and I don't mean an older Kevin Love. I'm talking about this Kevin Love. The Kevin Love that got kicked off of Team USA.
Now. Right.
Yes, like that's how he plays. He says, y'all making Lauri sound like Simmons. Really? I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm taking Ben Simmons over Lauri.
Simmons any day.
Easy. And to me, this is not even close.
Right.
I'm taking Ben Simmons. I'm taking Ben Simmons 110%. That's just me. But again, I'm also the dude who,
Oh yeah. That's without.
Yeah, you walked out of the room when Alana brought up Kobe and Shaq era, and I was very happy you missed that.
I'm not. I'm just saying one thing.
I love you, Pride.
Me too. Honestly, me too.
So you know how we killed Braun for 2011. I'm gonna ask you a question.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Ask it for a friend.
Why am I always?
Oh god.
No, I'm just asking for a friend. I'm just asking for a friend.
Okay.
I'm not Freddie. Let me ask you: has LeBron ever shot under 40% for a series in the finals? I'm asking.
Not that I'm.
Has LeBron has it? Say it again.
Has Kobe? I'm sorry. Has LeBron ever shot under 40% for a finals series?
No.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I can connect the dots. Y'all need help connecting the dots? Your boy Kobe did it in 2004 when they lost in 5 to the Pistons.
That was a weird Pistons team.
Yeah, a weird Pistons that put
that Pistons team had a slide though.
No.
We can do this another day though, Pride.
Yeah, we will.
Had they taken Carmelo Anthony, I think that Pistons team's a dynasty.
That wouldn't have happened. Yep. You are absolutely correct.
You said what?
They took, what was it? Was it Darko? They took over Melo?
Yeah, they would have been.
Oh my god,
dogs.
Oh my god, Darko Milicic over. I was like,
He's what it is.
Over Carmelo Anthony. That still blows my mind.
So I'm cooling.
It is what it is.
Yeah, as a children say in the streets, it is what it is. This has been another successful. I'm gonna start saying that now. Successful. Another successful episode.
Emphasis on the
ASAP. Yes, emphasis. By the way, real quick, did I tell you guys why I don't like the name Dwayne? That's it. So I don't like it because Dwayne, it's like D and then Wayne, and I always feel like you gotta put emphasis on the D, and then it goes Dwayne. Yeah. And then I feel like I'm being a sassy bitch. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's like,
Dwayne.
Yes, exactly. You gotta put mad emphasis. So I just wanted to, throw that out there. But, ladies and gentlemen, as soon as we're off,
that is hilarious.
On the network, like that girl, LaDonna Deezy, or L Deezy, smoking.
L Deezy.
She got the red cup rant, so we're gonna fling it over to her. He said Kobe will haunt his. Look, man, I'm leaving it there as it is.
Whatever that was, don't say it, Pride.
Yep, I ain't gonna say it, but on behalf of Mike and that sensei, it is your boy Pride. And like I said, as soon as y'all stop with us, head over to Red Cup Rants. You guys will love it. We will see you guys on Saturday. Be safe.
Whole sports all plays. Yeah. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we're making up plays. We're talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the diamond in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. Sport all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports all plays.